So, today we'll start up with one more new topic, Java basics. So, in this Java basics, we'll be discussing about the meaning of variable, data types, operators, and the control statements like if, switch, while loop, do while loop, and for. So, these all things we'll be discussing in this Java basics. So, we'll start up with first one, variable. So, the meaning of variable is like it's a memory space. It's a memory space. The name what you give to the memory space is called as variable. The name what we give to the memory space is called as what? Variable. You can say it is an identifier. It's an identifier which allocates some space in memory and the value in memory changes during program execution. So we can define like what? It's an identifier that is the name what we give to the memory space and the value in the memory space will be changing when I'm running the program. Like examples like your roll number, name, marks, employee name, salary. These all things are considered as variables. Then, there are some rules for identifiers. Rules for identifiers. The meaning of identifiers like when you give the name to the variable or method or class. So the meaning of identifier is it's not only the variable name, it can be the class name or method name. So when we are giving the names to the identifiers, we have to follow some rules. The rules are can contain small a to z, capital A to z, 0 to 9, underscore, and others. Only these characters should be allowed in the variable. So in the identifier we can have only these letters. Then one more rule is like cannot start with a zero to nine. The variable name or method name or class name cannot start with a digit. Then cannot be a keyword. Cannot be what? It cannot be a keyword. What's meaning of keyword? What's meaning of keywords? Reserved words. Can you give some examples of reserved words which are understood by the compiler directly? Reserved words, keywords. Can you give some of those?
Starting public private
Okay. Which one?
int float
Yeah. Int, byte, short, while loop, while, do, for. These are all things are called as keywords. Okay. The predefined words are only called as keywords. Then, as an example, valid identifiers. The valid identifiers are like XYZ 1 to 3, XYZ underscore 1 to 3, underscore XYZ 1 to 3, underscore can be at the beginning also, dollar XYZ 1. Other can also beginning or at the end. Anyway, invalid identifiers are XYZ 1 to 3. Why this is invalid? Why this is invalid? Anyone? Why this is invalid? XYZ one to 3.
Invalid.
Yes, space.
Because there's
Space
a
is,
space.
yeah, space is not allowed. XYZ and 1 to 3. Why this is invalid? Because and symbol is there. 1 to 3 XYZ. Why this is invalid?
Because of first it's starting with the number.
Right, starting with a digit. Then why? Why this is invalid?
It's a reserve word.
Yeah, secure. So these are the some of the examples of invalid. Then we are in the next one. Data type. Very important one. Data type. The meaning of data type is once you allocate memory for a variable, what type of data you want to store in the variable is called as data. The type of data the variable holds is called as data. We define it as type of data the variable holds is called as data. And there are two types of data types. Yeah, primitive data type, primitive data types, and one more is reference data types. There are two types. One is what primitive and reference. So let us go for primitive first. Primitive data types. So for this paper diagram, primitive types. But I'm going to list out the list of primitive data types. There are totally 8 primitive data types. There are totally 8 primitive data types. Let me list out the names. And this table is very important. Data type, size, and one more very important one, default value. Data type, size, and default. Let me list out the data types what we are having. Starts with byte, then short, char, other small letters, other keywords, int, long, float, double, and boolean. So these are the 8 data types we are having. Then coming to the sizes, whenever you declare the variable, how much memory it's going to allocate for your variable. So it depends on the data type. So let us see how to declare the variable is declaration of variable. So why we need to declare the variable? So in order to allocate memory for variables, we need to declare it. Without allocating memory for variable, we cannot store the value. So in order to allocate memory, we need to declare the variables. Okay. In order to allocate memory for variables, we need to declare the variables. We need to declare the variables. The syntax of declaring the variable is data type variable 1 comma variable 2 comma like this variable. So as an example, you can say int n double d1 comma d2 like this, long l1 comma l2. So data type and the variables. So whenever you declare the variable, how much space it's going to allocate for that variable. That is only meaning called a size. So for byte, it allocates 1 byte of memory. If the variable is of a byte, 1 byte of memory. If it's of type short, 2 bytes. Character also 2 bytes. Integer is 4 bytes. Then long is 8 bytes. Float is 4 bytes. Double is 8 bytes. Boolean is coming to Boolean. When you go for Boolean, you can give only two values to the variables. Like Boolean b1 equal to true or Boolean b2 equal to false. Only two values. Boolean b1 equal to true or Boolean b2 equal to false. If I say true, internally the value is stored as 1. If I say false, the value is stored as 0. So internally, not for users, that will give true and false only. Internally true is stored as 1 and false is stored as 0. We store 1 and 0, we require only 1 bit of number. So for Boolean, we have to use only 1 bit. It will go with only 1 bit. Then, coming to the next one, default value. The meaning of default value is, whenever I say int whenever you declare the variable, it will allocate memory space to the variable. In what value it contains in the variable. There is no garbage concept of garbage value in Java. So it will go with default values. So the default value for all integral type is, the default value for all integral type is 0. Integral type means byte, short, int, long. These are all called as integral types. Byte is short, int, long are all integral types. For character it is single space. Then for double it is for floating types 0.0. For double also 0.0. And for boolean it is false. So these are the default values. So whenever you allocate memory, the values are given automatically. So we'll discuss much more when we enter into object-oriented programming. Clear up here everyone? The meaning of this table? Any questions?
No question.
No.
No? No. Let us go for the next one. Reference types. When you come to reference types, other than this primitive remaining all are reference types. Other than this primitive remaining all are reference types. Like examples like what? Arrays. Arrays comes under reference type in Java. Strings and objects. So arrays, strings and objects comes under reference type. Some important points on data types. Some important points on data types. Yeah. Default values. Just now I said something about default values. The default values what I have mentioned. Default values are applicable only for the data members of the class. Only for the data members of the class, not for local variables. Not for local variables. Then, what is data member and what is local variable? If I create a class employee, if I write some data members like int employee number names and they are called as data members. The variables what you declare inside a class are called as data members. Then what is local variable? What is local variable? How to know local variables?
Mm, Local.
The variable what you declare inside the method. Inside the method are local variables. Inside the class are data members. Let me explain. As an example, I'm taking a class sample. I'm taking a class sample with a int m. This is called as data member. This is called as what? Data member. M is what? Data member. We declare a variable inside a class data member. Then I'm taking a method void xxx. Inside a method, if I declare the variable, they are local variables.
Mhm.
This is your local variable. Int n is what? Local variable. Then I'm printing the value of n here. SPOP means system.out.println. SPOP means what? System.out.println, which is used to display the messages or value of variables under this. Then to run a program, what we require? Main method. Let us suppose I'm writing shortcut of main method. Then in main method, I'm creating object of sample. How to create objects? Class name, object name equal to new class name. I'll discuss about all these things in a second. So once I create object, I'm calling the method. I'll print s.m. Then what's the value here? It's going to print. By using object, I'm calling taking the value of m. So what is the value of m? It's going to print here. What's the value of m?
Data.
Yeah, that's all. What is the value of it? What is the value of m? It's going to print here. So just now we have seen about default values. M is what type? Integer. Integer for integer, what is the default value? 0. Right?
0.
So it will print what here? 0. It will print what here? 0. That's the meaning called as default values. Whenever I declare the variable, it will allocate memory default values. So if I call the method s.xxx, then it will go to xxx method and it declares the variable n and prints the value of n. Now you say what is the value of n? It's going to print it. What's the value of n? It's going to print.
Then
Yes,
equal to
anyone?
0.
0? No. Just now I said what? Default values are only for data members, not for local
Data
variables.
members.
So it won't go with 0. And no garbage also because Java does not support no garbage values. So in the case of Java, this line will go for error. In Java, what will happen? It will go for error. Very important one. It will say the message n should be initialized. So we have to give some value to the variable bus before I use it. I have to give some value to this variable. So local variables need to be initialized with some value, compulsory. Without initializing some value to local variable, if I try to use that variable, it will go with error in the case of Java. In the case of Java. What is the point? Local variables need to be initialized. Local variables what need to be initialized. Okay. Clear with these points, everyone? Dinesh, Girish,
Yeah.
and Nagraj?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah. Here.
Okay. Some more points. Memory allocation for reference data types is done during runtime. The memory allocation for reference data types is done during runtime using new operator. Using new operator. Okay. Okay. That is memory allocation for reference data means arrays or strings or any object you create, we have to create objects with new operator. That's new. So default value for reference data types is null. So default value for all reference data type is what? Null. Example, if I take a string s, if s is data member, because default value is only for data member. this is data member. And if I print the value of S, it will print as null. Because the default value for all reference data type is null here. Okay, clear with this one, everyone?
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. Now let's go for the next concept, that is casting. So the meaning of casting is converting from one data type into another data type. Converting one primitive type into another primitive type, or one reference type into another reference type. One reference type into another reference type. One primitive to primitive or reference to reference. Then only we call this casting. Then here are two types of casting: implicit casting
Explain.
and explicit casting. Implicit casting and explicit casting. The meaning of implicit is like I'm having a integer n equal to 100. I want to convert this integer into long. Long is equal to some n. So when you are converting a smaller type into a bigger type, automatically it converts. When you are converting a smaller type value into longer type, it will automatically converts. So int can be converted into long because long is bigger than integer. So then it applies automatically implicit casting. It applies automatically implicit. Explicit means, as an example, you are having a long x equal to 100. Now I want to convert integer. I want to convert long into integer. Int n equal to x. This will go with error. We cannot directly convert long into integer. Directly we cannot convert. But my requirement is I should convert long to integer. So I should say like this. Int n equal to, in brackets, we have to mention what type you want to convert and provide the value. So mentioning in the brackets like this. Mentioning in the brackets like this. That is only called as explicit cast. So why we have to go for explicit? Because when you are converting a bigger type to smaller type, there may be some loss of data. So because of that loss of data only, when you are trying to convert, it will go with error. But you are informing the compiler that even there is loss of data, I am ready to convert. How to inform? By providing the type of data you want to convert in brackets, which will go with explicit cast. Clear with this, everyone?
Yes.
Right? So when you go for byte, byte can be converted into character. Byte can be converted into short. Short can be converted into character. Character can be converted into integer. Integer can be converted into long. Long to float. Double. So when you are coming in this order, byte to double, it will apply. When you are coming byte to double, it will apply implicit. It will go with what? Implicit. If you are coming in this order, double to byte, it will apply explicit. Okay. Clear with this, everyone? The meaning of casting?
Yeah.
Right? Dinesh, Girish, and Nagaraj. Any questions? Nagaraj, are you feeling comfortable today?
Yes.
Right?
No questions.
Hello, Nagaraj?
Feeling.
Yeah. Is it comfortable for you today? Hello, Nagaraj?
Yeah, I'm hearing.
Yeah. Are you feeling comfortable? Is it comfortable to you?
Feeling clear.
So, see, my throat is spinning like anything. I'm unable to speak properly today. So, since it's the beginning batch, so I thought of not to close the batch today. So, not to take the break. Let me close the batch for today.
Yeah. Okay.
Like anything, and I'm
It's
unable
a
to,
lot of disturbance behind it.
yeah, unable to speak also properly.
Okay.
Hello? Hello? Are you able
Yeah,
to hear
that's
me?
okay, sir.
Yeah, yeah. So I'm unable to speak properly today. What is spelling like anything. So since it is a new batch, I thought of not to break for you. So tomorrow we'll continue the remaining part. Okay, remaining part of Java
Mm-hmm.
basics. So it will go for 4 to 5 days
And
total Java basics.
yeah, okay. And
And
I want to confirm that I'm having class on Friday. I have to go to college on Friday, so I will be not available on Friday.
okay, okay, no issues. You can follow the recording.
Yeah,
Any issues are there, you can ask in the
yeah,
comment.
sure.
Okay?
Yeah, okay, sure. Yeah.
Yeah. Nagaraj, are you able to hear me?
Yes, he did.
Yeah.